Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Best Friends Show Gems, and we're gonna show off a pretty good haul that we got pretty recently, I would say.
Yeah, some of these games I've got. I mean, and even like these are some recent pickups, but we're gonna like mainly talk about some of these games too, what they're about.
Exactly. So I guess we might as well get into it. So you want to start, or?
Sure, man. I'll start with the first one. So I picked this up. You're all probably very familiar with the NES version, Metroid.
Man, is there any difference between that Metroid and the NES one?
I would say there's no flicker.
No flicker?
You know what I mean? How it is like in NES version. I think there's like a little save system, or it's a little different.
It probably is a save system. That would make sense. So
it's still hard. It's still Metroid, but it's still awesome. But I never really played I'm a big Metroid fan, and I never really played the original Metroid and beat it. So I got this for that reason, to actually play for it and beat it. So
cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I love my Game Boy Advance stuff, so I'm gonna own both versions.
Nice, dude. All right,
we'll probably do a comparison video sometime later on.
Next item I got from my buddy Jeremiah Grimwood, who's just in the Seattle Retro Gamers group. He knew that I was looking for a Star Fox watch, and he hooked one up for me. He gave me the Star Fox watch.
Go back. Let's see that shine.
That shine again. But the thing with the story behind this is because I got this for Christmas back in '93, back in the day. And, I had my watch on in school and everything, and then next thing you know, I let my friend borrow it. And, of course, when you do that back in the day, like, why would you let someone borrow a watch?
It's like when you, let your friends, borrow your holographic Charizard and shit Pokemon cards back in the day, and then you never see it again.
So he came up with a story like, he put it away or something like that, or he moved it. It was just messed up. So, anyways, I ended up losing it. But thanks to Jeremiah, I got this thing again. Thanks a lot, brother. I appreciate you. That means a lot to me, man. Bringing back my childhood.
Yeah, bringing it back.
Well, the good memories.
Yeah.
not my watch being taken.
So next on here, it's Contra Hard Corps. And I actually picked this up off OfferUp for like $35.
Really?
Yeah. And the dude, I was really surprised.
Was it that was it? He was offering it. He had it for sale for $35.
Well, he was selling a lot of his games. I think he just needed the money. He's like paying rent. And he was just like, I need to get rid of it.
Really vulnerable when that happens, yeah.
I forgot who posted it. I'm sorry I forgot who you were, because I know you posted on SRG, and I was on that shit, right away.
Oh, wow, dude. So
not take no time.
You happy with that?
Yeah, well, of course it's hard, but I have a Game Genie, so hey, it'd be cool to have the translated Japanese version. Mm-hmm. Just like how Ninja Gaiden is,
Yeah, exactly. We talked about that in the last video.
Week, yeah. So.
All right, next game I got recently, Scourge for the Game Boy Advance. This is also
really cool game, by the way.
It reminds you. It's like an isometric Metroid in a way, like story wise and everything. Really cool. It also came out for the DS too, but I would actually tell people to get the Game Boy Advance version because you can play on a Game Boy Player, Retron 5, and then
Again,
stuff like that.
It's like how that Gundam game was we were showing on the last video. It's total hidden gem, man.
Total hidden gem. Happy to have it in the collection. I'll show off one more just to knock some more out. Then I got Tales of Eternia, which is another cool game, RPG to have from the Tales series. But unfortunately, this one is the 2.0 version, and it has a game-breaking bug in it. I think the only way to get past that bug is to have like a save over that. I don't know. I had to look into it more, but yeah, I got it for free from my buddy Gerald. I helped him out at a gaming convention we did recently, and I don't mean to turn into a sad story. I'm sorry. Just it's a game-breaking bug, so I don't know. It's dangerous to play these type of games all the way through because it'll stop somewhere. So it kind of sucks. But anyways, what else you got, bro?
Yeah. So a really cool pickup I got is Run Saber.
Nice.
This game's awesome. I mean, if you all know about it, it's 2-player Strider, and it plays well. I mean, you can't beat it. It's an awesome game. And what's it like? Obviously, an Atlas title, and I think there's some other company involved. But
and Atlas, it's a 2-player Strider. It's really short from what I remember.
It's pretty short. I think there's only like 7 levels.
That's fine though. I mean, it's all fun pretty much. Awesome game. Glad you got it, man. I got mine somewhat cheap before people started noticing what kind of game it was. But yeah, man, Run Saber.
It's an awesome game. If you haven't played it, check it out. It's very fun.
All right, cool, man. I'll take a break for a second.
Yeah.
All right, so the next game is going to be something pretty cool here. I recently got Blast Blue, the newest Blast Blue game, which Central Fiction. It's I was debating on getting this thing because what they did with the game is they they took the English voice acting out of it, and over time they've been gradually taking stuff out of the fighting game, to save money and everything. Like they took away what they took away in the last game, they took away listening to the sound tests because they don't want people listening to the music. They want you to buy the soundtracks now, so they took that feature out.
Probably just not making as much as they used to,
and another thing,
not necessarily trying to milk the people maybe, but just
Another thing though, I understand why they took the English voice acting out because English voice actors get paid a lot of money, and they get paid like $850 an hour. So they're spending time.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I know. So they were trying to cut back on any way they could, save money, and they actually listen to feedback when people say, "Oh, I don't listen to the English dub." They actually are watching your comments on forums and everything. They say, we'll just take it out. So without saying anything, they just kind of just took it out, and we're stuck with no dub. But anyways, man, not to be a sourpuss. You can take the next game.
So, got this not too long ago as well.
Ah, nice.
It's an awesome game. Some of you might know about it. It's not very expensive, honestly. I totally recommend getting it. Y'all play probably Metal Warriors, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's so great." But honestly, Cybernator beats it.
Cybernator.
It's the budget title. It's I think a better game. I really enjoy playing it.
Some people feel it's better than Metal Warriors on the Super Nintendo. It probably is.
And I mean, it's cool, man. Like, it's kind of run and gun. You get, new weapons. You got cool abilities. You there's like the second level is like a shmup.
Right.
You know what I mean? A sideways kind of shmup, and it's awesome.
You just kind of fly straight towards the right. Okay, cool.
And so you get levels where you're on the ground. You get levels where when you're in space after the shmup part, you kind of float around and you can kind of go on the ground. You can fly around. It's really, really cool. It's a very fun game. Very pick up and play. So I highly recommend playing this game. It is awesome.
Sweetness. All right, cool, man. Next game here is something that I got a while ago, but I just haven't shown it off, and that is Resident Evil Gaiden. Or Gaiden.
Much better than the other one I had.
This one's pretty awesome.
Even the other one's cool on a technical standpoint. This game definitely is awesome.
I might have shown it off in the last video. I hope I didn't. Anyways, I'll go over it again. I'm pretty sure I would remember if we did. But anyways, it's basically a side story to Resident Evil, one that's not really canon and everything like that. It's pretty cool though. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's pretty much you're on a ship and you walk around and everything, and then you get into quick time events with zombies. So basically, you could shoot the zombies or get into quick time events with them. I can't remember how it is.
I think you can shoot them from far away.
And then you get into quick time events with them too.
But they kind of come up on you quick, so you end up getting in those quick time events quite a bit.
So pretty cool game. I'm happy to have it, especially complete in box.
Isn't it pretty? Goes for a pretty penny too.
It probably does, man. But I don't have to worry about that anymore. What else you got, bro?
Yeah, man. So another awesome game I got at Toy Box and Lacey. He was with me.
Oh wow! Remember this?
I got a really sweet deal for it too. I actually had a bunch of Atari stuff, 2600 stuff, and it was really hard to kind of get rid of. And I actually had some really good in-box games. And buddy Ryan at Toy Box was like, "Hey man, I'll take them off your hands." And this has happened to be one of the gems he had. Sunset Riders.
Yeah. They still don't have an arcade release for that game. Only versions you have are Super Nintendo and Genesis versions of that game.
Yeah.
And the Super Nintendo version is superior, even though
and I have both too. Yeah.
Oh, you got both. Nice, man. Even though they edited some of the scenes in the Super Nintendo version.
Right, but this is definitely as close as you can get to the arcade port.
Yeah, definitely.
The Genesis is definitely. I mean, it's a budget. It's definitely the budget version if you really want it, but this is definitely where it's at. I mean, music, everything, nothing beats it. Genesis version does not do that justice for sure.
So I'll show off another game real fast. This is actually a gift from you, man.
Yeah, dude. We were talking about in the last video, so I happened to find it for him.
They got me Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Battle Assault for the Game Boy Advance, and we'll just put it in there right fast. I haven't really played it besides what little I played last time you were here, but it was really enjoyable. It's a great fighting game. It seems pretty smooth. I like the fact that when you do an attack, it'll show your guy saying in a cinematic mode, it shows his face and its expression and stuff like that. So
it's got a lot of flair to it, you know. And we'll probably do an actual video I'll just go ahead and screw it. So we're probably gonna end up doing a video, actually, of a playthrough on that game.
Right.
It's awesome. It's definitely a hidden gem. Like not many people I think know about it. So we're gonna get the word out.
Sweetness. What else you got, bro?
Yeah. So I feel like this has kind of been a. So I finally picked up because I've been collecting NES now for like last month or two. So I got some good titles. So Contra. Classic. Yeah,
nice, dude.
And
dude, Contra has skyrocketed in price, dude. I mean, and it's not even the best Contra game. Actually, like Supersede better.
No, and I picked up Castlevania, of course.
Nice.
So my Castlevania collection's really getting there. There's a couple I'm missing, but I'm actually getting pretty close.
You're off to a good start, man. To be honest, so as long as you have the PSP version too, you know that.
Oh like, yeah, I actually have that on the Vita. I have it as a download.
Oh, nice. But you should get the physical one soon.
I know. Well, I see it all the time, and I'm probably gonna buy a PSP just to have it.
Yeah.
And have the physical, man. I mean, nothing's like having the physical copy. So.
Yeah, because once that digital is gone, it's hard. Who knows how we're gonna get that stuff again? So yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Exactly. So.
All right. My turn again.
Else, huh?
I got this game for the DS, 3DS, Corpse Party. It's basically a horror game. I played the PSP version, but they actually they actually made the first game. I believe this is the first game that the PSP is the first game. They actually made it a physical copy of it, which is pretty cool. So I picked that up. I plan on playing through it again. It actually comes with action figures and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Scary as hell game. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I mean, this game will trip you out. The best way to play it is play it with headphones in your ear, so you get all the sound effects. Playing at night will definitely enhance the experience.
It's kind of weird because it's like cartoony, so I guess you wouldn't really think that.
It is, but it's just the way it's like voice acting, and people get freaking slaughtered in this game. It's pretty jacked up, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like it's like, and these are like high school students, so you feel hella bad and everything. But awesome game, check it out if you have time. What else you got, bro? Are you running low? Because I got...
Well, you know what? I got to give a shout out to Joe Witter, because I don't think I've ever showed this.
Joe?
Since I got it.
Who's he?
Yeah. He's that weird dude, man. That crazy guy. But he actually hooked me up with a copy of Mega Man X. He got like a lot of some SNES stuff, and he knew I was missing
I remember that lot he got, man. He was so happy, dude.
Yeah.
Joe did a flip, dude. They were actually coming here to pick me up because we were going to a show. And him and Casey stopped at a swap meet, and Joe found this big lot, dude. It's insane.
So, thank you, Joe.
Awesome.
And my roommate, man, he crushes that game. He can kill that shit in like, dude, probably like 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's how long it takes to beat it.
I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade Attack, which is actually a pretty cool game. I like the fact that it uses.
Is that like the GameCube version kind of?
No,
it's like a beat 'em up.
Well, it's a beat 'em up. Yeah, it's a beat 'em up, but it's like more. It has like comics, the old school comic. Art in it, which is cool. So it's kind of like a throwback to the old school comics.
Oh, that's really cool.
So yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty much a bare, well, not bare bones.
That's cool. Kind of has like the old school comic picture right here.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's really cool because most of the Turtle games were really cartoony and kind of lame. Like, I want the old Turtles back, man.
And then I'll show one more real fast. I got this in the mail yesterday. The Gregory Horror Show. Oh yeah, finally have this game. Freaking stoked about having it. This is pretty much a survival horror game, but it's more like an entry level type where it's like kind of like kids could play it, but it has like adult somewhat humor to it, dude. It's pretty
adult
insane,
theme,
dude.
Kinda.
I'm not talking about kids, but you were talking about like somebody like in their early teens or whatever, or whatever. But it's a pretty damn awesome game. I mean,
it's kind of funny, like the way it plays out kind of reminds me of like Animal Crossing, but instead of like round faces, they're just square. Yeah,
dude, you're like in this hotel, dude, and you're trying to like collect these souls for these people, and it's tripped out, man. It's a freaking insane game. Pretty pumped to have it.
Check it out.
All right, man.
And what? You got one more?
Do I have one more? I have one more that I could show. Just for now. I'll just show. I have two more. I'll show one more real fast.
I don't got anything left, so just go ahead.
PSP Portable. This is not actually the system, but I already have the system. My buddy sent me the box for it because he had an extra box, so they hooked it up. I mean, I appreciate that kind of stuff because we're trying to like our stuff is like pretty much based like collectibles and everything, so we want it in have the original packaging and stuff like that because. I mean, it may not seem like nothing, but this kind of stuff is hard to find. And, I love my PSP stuff. I want to give a shout out to Retro Rat, man. I appreciate you hooking me up with this, man. He's a pretty awesome guy. He's
That's cool.
A crazy collector, man. He collects all kinds of stuff. All right, guys. So the last game I have and I got recently is the King of Fighters 14, which is a fantastic game. Street Fighter 5 could learn a lot of things from what this package is. You know, this is 50 fighters off the bat.
Wow.
Arcade mode, online mode. I mean, this just really shows. I mean, and this version actually came with a It came with a soundtrack. It came with a steel case.
Oh, a bunch of shit, man.
And an art book.
Yeah.
You know, I went all out for it because King of Fighters has never let me down. You know, and everything like that. But yeah, man, it's this is what Street Fighter 5 should have been in this package.
So you think it's actually better than like Street Fighter?
Well, yeah, I mean,
like new Street Fighter.
Yeah, because it's a complete game too, and then like Street Fighter 5 is a good fighting game from what I played with. But unless you're playing online against people, then it's not really.
And it's funny because Street Fighter is a way bigger seller than this, and you would imagine that they would do that.
No,
right?
they're like the opposite when it comes to like packaging and everything.
Yeah, they're greasy.
Anyways, man, after doing all these games, and I'm actually getting kind of hungry, so we're gonna cut this to a close, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of stoned. I could totally go for a bowl of Cheerios right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, you got Cheerios?
Hey, honey nut Cheerios, please. You're not gonna tempt hot Tommies with a taste of nuts and honey.
And I am. Honey Nut Cheerios blends crunchy nuts and tasty golden honey.
It's gonna tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. It's a honey of it all. It's Honey Nut Cheerios. Taste.
This video is Witter approved.